agricultural societies were settled along the Yellow River because of the abundant loess made the soil extremely fertile as well as made the river appear yellow. The earliest settlement in this area was the Banpo, where society revolved around local business. There were three dynasties. The first was the Shah dynasty. During this dynasty, society became large-scale and political systems were created, including the monarchy. The Shang dynasty was created after the conquer of the Shah. The Shang were advanced in bronze metallurgy and chariot riding, which gave them an advantage over the Shah, along with a surplus of produce due to the expansion into Henan. Their political system was based on the monarchy and large cities, including the capital, which changed 6 times. In the Al capital, there is still the remains of the Great City Wall. The Chao were nomadic raiders that won the support of China. They gradually gained power, and then in 1122 BCE, they overthrew the king. They justified their rule using the mandate of heaven, meaning that it was their divine right to rule. Due to the size of the state, they ruled through a decentralized government with regional rulers that collected taxes and controlled local rule. These rulers then gained power themselves and tried to form their own independent states. They were also very skilled in iron metallurgy. Eventually, the rulers divided the kingdom, later to be reunified as the Jin dynasty begins. The ruling elite were individuals who rose to power with military achievements or were born into it. They experienced many luxuries such as iron, copper, education, and large housing complexes. They were at the top of the social hierarchy. Next were the small group of artisans, including blacksmiths, jewelers, and weavers. Next came the merchants, who traveled all over Asia trading goods. Last were the peasants and the slaves, who performed all agricultural, military, and domestic services. They believed in the veneration of ancestors, meaning they honored their ancestors' spirits by giving them offerings and having ceremonial gatherings in their households. The patriarchal system was also prominent in society. Women often lived in shadows of their husbands. They weren't even merited in temples or honored as ancestors. The earliest Chinese writing is dated back to the Shang dynasty. These writings were found in oracle bones, bones used to predict the future. These bones have been destroyed mostly, but from the remaining ones we can infer that they were used to make political decisions. The writings aren't in photograph, meaning they're a series of words written in symbols. Expanded in the Zhou dynasty. Aside from oracle bones, writings from the Zhou dynasty were found in books, manuals, and utensils. Books by the elite, such as the Book of Etiquette, were taught as textbooks. Classic works, like the Book of Songs, go in depth to topics like love, life, eating, and daily life. Most of the writings of this time have been destroyed or have deteriorated due to many scriptures being written on silk or bamboo. Agriculture spread, but limited due to the environments north and south. On landscapes, the land was mostly suited for nomadic herding, which became more advanced in 4000 BCE. Nomads moved frequently, didn't farm, and sustained themselves in trade and animal products. They lived in their own societies and didn't imitate Chinese culture or politics. In the south, there is mass cultivation in the Yangtze River due to the abundance of nutrients in the soil brought by the flooding of the river. Surpluses made the creation of the Chu state possible, which, like other southern states, adopted Chinese culture and politics.